Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2019 Eastern Canadian U14 Girls Fast Pitch Championship game. Presented by 360 Live, powered by Bell Alliant. My name is Keith Rains, and in the booth with me is Kelly Lynch.
Hi, Keith.
Great to have you here, Kelly. And the first pitch is underway. And in the red, up at bat first is Alac St. Louis Lions from Quebec, taking on the Arthur Twisters from Guelph, Orangeville area in Ontario. And our first batter is number 34, Lori Dubac. And I was just saying, Kelly, the girls from Quebec just got done playing here at noon. They had a tough, real tough game against the Bears.
NB2,
NB2, and 10-9. And by winning 10-9, that means they punched their ticket to this gold medal game, but the Bears come away with a bronze medal at the Eastern Canadians, and that's great for New Brunswick softball.
That is great for New Brunswick. I think it's bronze. Is actually no. In 2014, at the U14 championships here that we hosted, the Memram Cook Dynamites got silver. And I believe that's our best showing for New Brunswick to date at an Eastern Canadian championship. So bronze is awesome. New Brunswick got a bronze at the U16 Eastern Canadians. 2 years later, that was hosted in Montreal, and that was won by the KV Dynamite U16 team. So
nice. There's a wild shot. It's a center field, and it drops in. For a single, might go for extra bases. So a single and an error. But way to start the game off for Quebec.
It was a great little hit to start off the game. Beautiful day here in the Kennebecasis Valley. Slight wind. You can see our flags blowing a little bit.
In the opposite direction. It's going from, it's a northeast wind today, about 11 kilometers an hour. 21 degrees here in Meehan's Cove in Quispamsis, New Brunswick, on the banks of the beautiful Kennebecasis River.
This wind never usually blows in that direction. We're always getting a breeze off the water. This might help our girls push a ball out of that 238 down the left field and right field lines. We might see something.
There's a pass ball. And that's something you always have to be aware of when there's runners on base, Kelly, is the catcher almost has to be a goaltender, because once that ball gets by you, you're just giving up bases.
Yeah, the catcher. Well, I always say the catcher is the most important position on the fields. They're the eyes. They're the only player that can see what's going on. Everybody else has their back to everything. So definitely the catcher needs to be keen.
Nagy at the plate. There's a foul tip. Pitching today for the Arthur Twisters is Carly Becker. And I know as a coach, you just want to treat this like another game.
But it's not.
It's not. But it's not. There's another foul tip. And I was talking to some of the parents and the coaches before, and you need your good players to play well, but you also need that X factor. There's a shot down the right field line, just foul. And it's always exciting from a coaching perspective is who's going to be that X factor today?
Yeah, exactly.
Who's going to get that big hit or a big play in the field? And we have to remember, it's U14.
These girls are 13 and 14 years old, and some are younger.
12.
Some are even younger. I know. It's crazy. The caliber of ball this weekend that I've witnessed has been amazing, and it's exciting to watch these games and see these girls develop as ball players at such a young age.
Nagy's hanging in tough there, fouling off a lot of good pitches. Runner on third, nobody out here, top of the first. And we do have the 3-umpire system in effect for this gold medal game. Makes everyone's life a little bit easier from an umpire's perspective. High. Full count.
Callie, Brooklyn, ready here.
That's in the dirt. Ball forward. Nice pickup, though. Keeping that runner. at third base.
Numéro 51, Madeleine Levine.
Brooklyn, slide up the middle. Your bag.
Sagala is the catcher to. No, excuse me. Let me take that back.
That's a strike, right? Is that a ball?
There's a bunt. Pitcher gets it. And that's an overthrow. It could possibly another run. Is she got to slide? She does. And the Lions strike first as there's a dust storm at home plate. And that's what happens when you put the ball in play. But the pitcher got it, but she didn't look. She didn't look at the runner back to third base.
Yeah,
and
no check there.
No check there, and she hurried the throw to first, and the runner from third came home.
Yeah, that check is important.
Yeah.
And it's just literally a millisecond.
Yeah.
Look back, check, and then fire that ball out over to first. And those 2 seconds may have saved that run from coming in, but great slide into home.
Strike. Jin up here now. Good pitch there by Becker. That's a strikeout. That happened quick. I think she's a little upset.
She was gone.
Yeah.
I like that, though. I like it.
The
hustle off.
Yeah. She's throwing the heat now. One out here. Foul. Sauve up, and Sauve has been Chloe. She's pitching here again this afternoon. She pitched at noon today.
She did.
Great to be young.
And
that's a strikeout. So Becker comes back strong after allowing those 2 runs. And really, I mean, it was a bunt.
Yeah.
It was a throw. It wasn't.
Yeah.
There was one single there.
On the scoreboard early, though, that's important in these games because you get tired as the games go on. And it's a hot day here in the Kennebecasis Valley. Not a cloud in the sky. I want to give a little shout out to my 2 back girls. KV Girls Softball Association assigned back girls to many of our teams here this weekend that didn't come with their own back girl, and 2 of our back girls are in the final. We have Chelsea Yeager, who is with our Arthur Twisters team, and she's doing an amazing job today. And then we have Lake Elliott, who is with the Quebec team, and she has been their back girl for this weekend as well. It's a great experience for these girls to be part of these teams, and it's something that they'll always remember. So happy these girls decided to come and be part of this weekend.
Did you guys have any sponsors this year?
Well, we did have a few sponsors. Sponsors are important, Keith, because without sponsors, we can't make this as amazing as it is. And, all the girls received awesome gift bags with lots of great stuff in it. That was all supplied by our sponsorship funds. And, that's part of the fun is coming here and getting a swag bag and everything else too can't happen without those funds. It's a very expensive event to put on. So thank you very much to all of our sponsors, and we'll talk about them a little bit.
I know. Elsie Post. My mother's name was Elsie.
Your mother's name is Elsie?
I've sort of been secretly cheering for Elsie Post all week.
You cheer for Elsie.
Yeah. Elsie, this is
my mom's name is Audrey, and this summer in Learn to Play, what I coach, I had 7 Audreys. 7.
Oh, gee.
7 Audreys. Audrey is coming back, so maybe Elsie's coming back too.
I mean, like I said, that's so cool. Now, maybe there was someone in the Post family, could have been a grandmother, an aunt or something that
You're right.
they named her after, which doesn't matter, but it's just nice to say the name Elsie. Oh, shout out has to go out to the Trottier family. I was told that by the Lions.
Okay.
The Trottiers are watching the broadcast on the big screen.
On the big screen?
The 55-inch.
Awesome.
Okay. So, and what a gorgeous day to be broadcasting
You know,
and showing to all the folks in Quebec.
I have to
and,
say we've gotten so much
Orangeville.
great feedback on our Eastern's Facebook page. People saying thank you for having this live feed option available, and that they are enjoying watching their players play, or the ones that couldn't make it here to New Brunswick this weekend. So very happy that
That's high.
360
Ball
was able to
4.
come.
Yes, and that's what makes it great. I mean, we're having a blast being here, broadcasting the event. Outstanding. Like I said to you earlier, you forget that they're 14, 13, and 12-year-olds playing here because they play the fundamentals. Outstanding coaching. Kudos has to go to all the coaches here this week that brought these teams. Successful season by
Nice slide into
save.
second.
Be able to attend a quality event, and a big kudos obviously has to go to the organizing committee.
Listen,
And because these events, like this, could be the only time some of these girls could ever play in an Eastern Canadian Championship.
I want them to remember this experience, and it's so much more than the softball. There are so many different things that we've done to make this a memorable event for the girls, and I have to give a big shout out to Karen Parker. She started planning this event back in February, and ironically today is her birthday, so she is celebrating her birthday here today with us at the ball field. So we're super thankful for Karen and all of her hard work to make this event amazing. There's lots of other parent volunteers that have stepped up this weekend to give their time, but Karen definitely deserves the credit for this being the amazing event that it has turned out to be.
Brooklyn Grau at the plate here. And the Arthur Twisters have had an awesome week of softball. There's a shot down the third base line. Picked up, and a nice throw to first. That was Dubik with the nice infield catch and throw over.
At bat is number 3, Mary Green.
Mary Green up. Number 3. Left field.
Let's go, Mary! Let's green out there, kid! Mary, you got this!
Just outside. Runner at third base. Post. Wanting to get in to cut the lead in half. Bottom of the first inning. Gold medal. There's a shot.
Nice hit.
And nice hit down the left field.
Just over the third baseman's head.
Nice bit of hitting there. Yeah, she wants to pitch me outside, I'll hit it.
Yeah,
I'll go left field.
exactly.
Up now is 22, Clara Batchelor.
Batchelor next up.
Let's go, Clara!
Shortstop.
Nice
Nice
catch.
hit. Sauve. I don't know how much ice they use to keep that shoulder.
Let's go, Clara! Green out there, kid! Go,
Off speed, in the dirt, and the runner goes to second base.
Let's go, Clara. Keep your head on the ball. You can do it, kid. Deep breath there.
You got this, Clara. You got this.
Let's go, Clara! Right over their head!
Strike. Big swing there, but she got nothing but air.
You got this, Clara.
Hitting the glove on the outside.
Let's go, Clara! Lots of green out there, kid. Lots of green.
You got this.
Yeah, Clara!
Strike 3. Nice bit of pitching there by Sauve. 2 away, bottom of the first.
At bat is number 34, Carmen DeCuna.
Carmen DeCuna next up. Karma is the catcher for the Twisters. Strike, she's hitting that glove.
You can do this, Carmen.
Catching that outside corner of the plate.
Noticing the Arthur Twisters have a Canada flag on their jersey, and wondering if they have traveled somewhere south of the border to represent.
Strike 2, she went inside that time. So she has nice Good point.
You got this.
And since we are sitting next to their dugout, maybe in between innings, the roving reporter Kelly Lynch
will.
could
I'll investigate.
strike 3. Great bit of pitching there by Sove.
Hold them and get back on the sticks. It's fine. You guys get mad. Just keep the sticks. Let's go. That's not true.
And we move to the top of the second. Kelly and I were talking earlier about some key sponsors, and you can't have an event like this without outstanding support from the community. Simply for Life, Pinnacle Painting, and Leisure Time and Sales. And you had an interesting story about Pinnacle Painting and how they approached
Yeah,
you.
I
Which is, let's be honest, if any of you folks out there know what it's like to organize events and trying to get sponsors.
yeah.
Because sometimes when they know you're kind of there, some of them sort of run away and can't make. But go ahead, Kelly. Tell us about Pinnacle.
Early in the season, we were looking for. We adopted a team from St. John. St. John decided not to run a softball program this summer, and there was a group of girls from the St. John area who wanted to still play. So I said, you know what, girls, come register with KV Girls Softball. We'll keep you all together, and you can still be St. John. But there were so many of them, we needed to get some new uniforms for them. And so I put a little shout out on our Facebook page and said, looking for a sponsor to supply some uniforms for this team. And I was bombarded with, we'll do it, we'll do it, we'll do it. So I had more than enough people to sponsor this team. So I picked one of them. I drew a name out of a hat. And then the others, I approached them and said, hey, we found someone to do the uniforms, but would you like to sponsor our Eastern Canadian Championship? And Pinnacle Painting was one of those companies that agreed to do that. So big thanks to Pinnacle Painting. They're a company right here in Quispamsis, and we're very thankful to them for being part of our softball family this summer.
Excellent. There's a shot to the shortstop. Easily picked up and thrown out for the first out of the inning. That was Fournier grounding out.
Little hustle out there by Lake Elliott, our back girl.
Go, Carly. Like you. You got this, Carly.
Strike 1 to McIntyre.
2-2-1, 2-2-1.
There's a
Oh,
shot.
little
It's going to
drop
fall to
in.
the second baseman, but easily picked up. And a nice control toss by Growl for the out. 2 quick out here in the top of the second.
Au bâton numéro 5, Zoé Larrivée.
Lucky day. Next up,
2-2-4.
Zoe. Becker is
3-2-1.
into the zone. Strike. She's throwing the heat now.
4-2-2, 4-2-2.
That's high. That's all right. Pitchers count. She said, see, she wanted to chase one high out of the strike zone. But Zoe thought better of it. There's a inside. She fouled it off. Ball gets away, but no problem because there's no one on base.
You got this, Carly.
2 and 2.
3-1-1, 3-1-1.
Go, Carly.
Strike 3
Oh.
right at the corner.
Caught her looking.
Yeah, and that was a tough pitch. That was low on the outside corner there, and it caught the corner for the third strike, and 3 up and 3 down in the top of the second. 2-1
You guys ready?
is the score.
Forward!
Other sponsors for this event: Harry Kuglin, Exit Realty Specialist, Dorn Sports Excellence, Kent's, Greg Pools, Town of Quispamsis. They've been phoned a few times this week, haven't they, Kent? Town of
They have.
Quispamsis?
I just made a call before this game to see if they would come with their water truck
Yeah.
to water us down a bit because we're a bit dusty. But
Didn't happen?
They were
Yeah.
they were already watering some plants somewhere
Okay.
else. They couldn't make it.
UPS Rosse, Subway Quispamsis, Printworks, McDonald's, Foodland Quispamsis, Giant Tiger, Capital Foods, Chase en Lemoyne, Dentistry, Good Life Fitness, and Valley Cruisers Car Club. Thank you for your support. And an event like this couldn't happen without it. My name is Keith Rains, joined in the booth by Kelly Lynch. And this is the gold medal game of the 2019 Eastern Canadian U14 Girls Fastbit Championship. Presented by 360 Live, powered by Bell Alliance, here in Meehan's Cove Park in Quispamsis, New Brunswick, on the beautiful banks of the Kennebecasis River. There's a shot down left field.
Beautiful hit. Again, right over that third baseman's head. That seems to be a popular spot this afternoon.
That's Lauren Neal
You got this, Carly.
with a solid
At bat,
single.
14, Carly Becker.
Carly Becker next up.
Got this, Carly. Yeah, Carly. Come on, Carly, you've got this. Come
Let's
on,
go, Carly! That's great out
You
there,
got this,
Pino!
Carly. You got this.
Looking to bunt. She hauls it back. Runner goes anyhow,
nice.
easily into second base. And it's basically a track meet once the girls get on base, isn't it?
They're quick.
Yeah, I thought, I'm watching fastball, and
They are quick.
and it's a track and field meet here too.
Well, my daughter plays U19, so I've been watching a lot of U19 this summer, and
There's she got a round on that pitch.
our umpire, Brody Walsh, there on the third baseline,
Yeah.
almost got that one.
Heads up, and Brody's a big boy.
He is. He's tall.
Had to get out of the way of that. Pitch was on the inside, and
You got this, Carly.
Carly liked that. That she just got around on it too quickly. Chokes up on the bat a little bit. On the outside corner.
I just got a text. If you're planning on heading down here to watch this game in person, watch your speed on the Model Farm Road leading into the ball field.
That's all we're going to say there.
Apparently, there's a speed trap, and it's a very common spot. The speed limit's only 50, and it's very easy to creep past 50 when you're coming out to the Meehan's Cove field.
Well, you want to get here quickly.
Exactly.
Because we got the beach, we got the guys with the boats, putting the boats in the water.
Exactly.
And, of course, this ball game. Strike.
2 weeks ago, we were here for the U19 Provincial Championship, and 7 cars received tickets in a 2-hour span. They were stopping everybody that day. It was our background music, the sirens.
Let's go, Callie! Lots of green out there!
Kelly Graham next up. Nice shot up the middle.
Wow.
And
And
that's
here
going
comes
to
the run.
run coming to the home plate, and she crosses, standing up, 2-2. And Graham goes to second on the throw.
Enemy, Callie!
RBI single, takes second on the throw to home.
Come on, Tate.
Let's go! Let's go, Paige! Lots of green out there, kid!
That's high, and gets by, and she easily takes third base. And now you can't let that runner get across. The catcher, didn't have a chance there as it was high. But anything low, she's got to be able to block it, keep that runner at third base. There's a bunt.
Checking her.
Yeah.
Oh.
And
She's.
And there she comes home. Smart bit of base running.
I don't know. I would have called that safe at first. She jumped to catch that ball, and she was off that bag.
Yeah.
But
23,
I'm-
Elsie Post.
I'm not the umpire here today, Keith.
No.
I'm not. Never argue with the umpire. That's a lesson I learned very early on.
Paige was a really nice bunt, and just a close play at first, but the runner was able to get in. Yeah. Our cameraman, Chris, the shoes off the bag.
Thank you.
But we agree with that, but when?
Right.
That's the question. And if she
Right.
was off the bag, did she get back on in time? There's the other question.
Yeah,
There's
well.
many questions here.
Bottom line is,
Watch
don't-
it on YouTube
you
next
don't
week.
you don't argue with the umpire because
Yeah.
what he says goes.
Yeah.
So the call is the call.
Inside corner, post up at the plate here.
But I'm always amazed at how many actually do argue with the umpire. Because you know what? In my history of being a coach and a parent and a spectator, I have never seen an umpire change their mind because
Well,
a parent yelled at them.
No, the only thing, as speaking as a coach here, I'm looking for the next call. That's all. I'm planting seeds for next call. Like I've given up on that one. If it's sometimes it's a positional thing or a judgment thing, well then, just let them know. And
I always try to create a good
There's a
rapport
walk,
with
yes.
the officials.
well, and I do too. And if any time I ever did get mad, they knew they screwed up because they go, Keith. I give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
But when they really miss something or an interpretation of a call, and I let them know it, they go, oh my, and they're thinking about, I did.
Yeah.
So maybe there is a little leak. There's a strike, and
There we
runner
go.
goes, post. No problem. Elsie's in there with second. So that's all. It's politics. A lot of politicking
Yeah,
going
and
on.
my feeling is they're not going to change their mind. The
No.
call is the call.
Oh, yeah,
and,
it is.
And all you're doing is making them not like you by arguing with them. So
Come on, Brooklyn, you got this. Come on now, Brooklyn.
Yeah, I think they gave the wrong person the.
I'm going to just check on that for you right here.
Yeah.
I'll check on that score because we want to make sure that we have it correct.
Because Quebec is only on my book has 2 runs. They didn't get anything the last inning because they were 3 up and 3 down, so they didn't score a run. So we're just looking at the. They have the score over by the scores table and saying 3-3. We have a little argument with that. There's an out at first. Growl is out, and that ends the inning.
Actually, I think it's 3-2, but we can't. The 2 is not.
No, they've got 3-3 there on the thing second, but it's not. And the wind could have flipped it over too.
Oh, I can't see it from my angle.
I think it's. What's the score?
I'm double duty here. I'm giving balls
score.
to umpires and.
Score. They got a 3-3, but it's not 3-3. Is it? Like Quebec's only got 2 runs.
I think it's a 2. We just can't see it. It is 3-2.
Oh, they flipped it back. Okay. Yeah, 3-2.
3-2. We're good. We just verified
3-2.
it with the boss behind the plate,
There you
so
go.
so we're good.
Yeah. Yeah, they scored 2 runs. Ontario scored 2 runs that inning to go up 3-2. Yeah. I think the wind flipped the thing to make it
Yes.
3-3.
We can see it now.
We can see it. There you go.
Top of the 3rd inning, the score is 3-2 for the Twisters.
Oh, if we had just waited. Shaw is doing our announcing over there. She just announced the score, so we were just being impatient.
No, I was looking at the flip chart.
I know.
Au bâton numéro 3, Mia Bolduc.
We're tucked in here in the corner beside
But fencing,
dugout.
posts,
We are. We have limited visibility.
but we're not going to get hit by a ball.
We're not. We're protected.
Well,
I might. I might. But I'll lean. I'll lean in.
224. 224.
Bolduc is up, number 3. And Mia is playing first base in this gold medal game. Becker is pitching very well. Like I said, she has only allowed 1 single so far. And that was to the first batter of the game.
Yep.
And then
that's
we
a
had a
strikeout.
little problem with some errors and some little throwing going on.
Yes.
Which happens.
It does.
And that's how Quebec got their 2 runs. Next up, Number 34, Carmen.
Oh,
there's a shot.
Right to her.
That was Dubeck with the long fly out to right field. Well struck ball, but excellent positioning by the right fielder.
She was in the right spot, that's for sure. Beautiful hit, though. Beautiful hit.
Just a little unfortunate where it was right at somebody. That had been in the gap. That would have went for 2 or possibly 3.
Oh, it's gone.
Oh, it hit her.
It's okay.
And,
dead ball.
And she. So they're calling foul ball. It did hit the girl, but the ball.
But she was in foul territory when the ball hit her, so she's not out. If she had been in fair territory, I believe what they're saying is she would have been out, but because she was in foul territory.
Nagy at the plate here. There's a shot that is going foul down the right field line. So 2 strikes. And we're in the top of the 3rd inning. 3-2 is our score. Kelly doing a lot of work on social media here too. She's just busy.
My thumbs. I'm exercising my thumbs.
She's multitasking. There's a high pitch. Gets by, but no damage done as there's no runners on base.
We did a little live video.
I heard you
before the game.
I heard it.
Yes.
I was saying Kelly's losing it. She's talking to herself, and then I saw the phone.
No,
then I
saw
talking
the phone. To me.
And as my wife would say, hold it high.
Yes.
Hold it high. Always hold it high.
You got to hold it high. That's your best angle.
And I have 37.5-inch long arms.
Yes,
here, so
you're the perfect.
I'm
you have the
on
perfect
the selfie
angle.
strikeout. 3 up and 3 down again.
That was a great inning.
Okay, who's up? Give me the order.
Well, I'm going to say Mary Green is up. Call me crazy, but that's what I'm seeing.
Mary!
There you go.
There you go.
Just headed to wait for the announcement.
The twisters make our job so much easier.
You're right.
Who's up? They'll tell you who's up.
Everybody hit.
Wow.
That's what they just said.
I think in order to join a team, you almost have to take a course in all the cheers.
Glee Club.
The Glee Club, right?
Glee Club.
And our producer Chris, sometimes he just shakes his head. Like some of the teams, they've got it down to.
Listen,
like,
you should hang out at U12 for a while. U12, they've got all the moves, they've got all the songs, and they don't stop. There's no break. It's one into the other, into the other, into the other. It's a performance. It definitely is makes it part of the fun for the little ones. They like it.
And how does that start? Like, where does that all? Do they go to each other's houses and get a group together? Is it part of the team building thing? Because I mean,
some teams do it and some teams don't. I think it depends on what team you're with. It's funny because I had this conversation yesterday with a parent. Back when I played ball, when I was this age, there was a lot of nasty songs. There's a lot of mean songs.
That was the era.
Mean about the other team. Like the pitcher has a rubber arm, and typically we don't hear those kind of songs anymore in our sport. We have cleaned up a bit. We're a little classier now, I believe. I like to try to encourage everyone to focus on saying positive things about the players that they're cheering for rather than negative things about the opposing team.
Let's focus our energy on our team and our players rather than the other.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, Mary has made it to the batter's box.
I always feel bad cheering for errors, but that's in this game. That's how you get runs on other people's errors.
And Mary had a single her last plate appearance in this championship, and I know we talked about it. You don't want to think it's a championship game. It's not a gold medal. It's another game.
Yeah.
Focus on the pitch. Focus on each hit. Focus on each out. That's all we want to do, and that's probably the message from both coaching staffs. One batter, one pitch at a time. That's low in the dirt again. And that's sometimes, and pitching now is coming in for the Lions is Jin. Katina Jin. Nice pitch. And so it's good for her just to work on some different pitches here, get quickly into it. And we've seen it quite a bit this week with Sauve and Jin trading roles. One will start and the other one will come in. And today, so we got a few innings out of so. And really, with the rules, Sauve can come back.
Yes.
Yes.
And here's the pitcher. As Green received a walk, and Batcher wants to help her own cause and get that runner moving. And now, of course, with a runner on first, she's eyeing that second base, and anything in the dirt, she is gonna go. There, right up the middle.
Get her. Got her.
That's
that was
a
a close one.
Yeah, and Jen just got her glove.
Do we have an instant replay of that one? She
Yeah.
was out. Thank you.
34, Carmen DeCuna.
Let's go, Carmen! Lots of great out there, kid!
I was watching yesterday on my way home from Fredericton, and there was someone standing very close to our camera on the third baseline. I could see their shoulder, and I was gonna text you and say,
"Move!
Tell that person to move over." But I knew you weren't here, Keith.
I wasn't there.
We were vacationing yesterday. You were in PEI. I was in Fredericton watching another Eastern Canadian Championship.
I took a bus group over to the Confederation Center
Excellent.
in Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island for the Mamma Mia.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I was up at 5 o'clock in the morning and
Home late. Oh,
home
nice
at
hit.
11. Nice grounder, second. Nice play. Good fundamental play there.
Nice work. And holding that runner at
Yeah.
third. Good job, ladies.
Now up is number 5.
That was Bolduc at second, making a solid, looking the ball into her glove and making a nice controlled toss to first. 2 away. Lauren Neal,
So
right field.
Colin filled in for you yesterday, Keith?
Yes.
And this morning?
In the morning, because I knew I'd be in.
You'd be tired. And he did a fabulous job. I
There's a
introduced
pop out
myself
to
to
third
him.
for
Excellent,
the-
and that's 3.
Yeah, Colin's great.
Yeah, he did a great job. It was fun to listen, and he really sounded like today. I introduced myself to him, and he said he enjoyed himself, so that's awesome. He definitely gave us lots of airtime on K100,
Yeah.
promoting the event, so we really appreciate that.
Well, Colin and I have done, with 360 Live, we do the high school, and powered by Bell Alliance, but we do the high school championships.
Yes.
Sports championships as well as the university championships. So Colin and I have had an opportunity to work together sometime, and he's so keen. I said, Colin, you can do the play-by-play. I'll do the analytics and chat. And which he goes, I love it. That's great.
I know.
And as you can tell, if you had a chance to listen to him yesterday or this morning,
After 3 innings,
he's excited as the players are in a lot of cases.
For sure,
so
yeah.
It's great.
Do we know how many people are tuning in and watching us?
We
will
will,
eventually?
yeah.
Okay. Because I'm just curious to see how many we have. You know, we have Quebec and Ontario here playing in this final. I'm sure there's lots of family members at home. Very happy that we are providing this service, and they can sit in the comfort of their home and watch their friends or family and maybe some grandchildren playing.
Yeah. Oh, it can be anywhere because we had one of the parents yesterday. He had a little car problem. So he was at Canadian Tire. So he left the car at Canadian Tire, walked over to McDonald's. Hey, one of our sponsors.
Free Wi-Fi.
Free Wi-Fi over at McDonald's. And
watched the game.
He watched the game.
Wow. Oh, that's great. Oh. Trying for a little slap bunt there.
And this is 51, Madeleine Levine. And she grounded out her first plate appearance. She always gets herself a little running start, slaps it down to third base. A nice catch and throw.
Nice, nice. apparently we're having a little technical difficulties over on our music. Three of our U19 Dynamite girls came today to provide music in between innings, and I just texted and said, why no music? And I guess the cord is not working. Technical difficulty.
Yeah.
So
Fouled away, Jin.
yeah, lots of work went into this tournament. My two summer students this summer, they were given some tasks as well. The Player of the Game Awards donated by Dorian Sports and St. John West. We had custom stickers made for those bats, and my wonderful summer students stuck all those stickers on.
I love those little bats. There's a pop fly to right field.
It's in the hole. It's in the hole.
Yeah, and that goes in for a single.
Yeah, we've had lots of great feedback about our game MVP awards, so pretty happy about that.
The wind has changed direction.
You're right.
It's done a 180.
Yep.
It's now coming from the southwest.
This
So
is
now
usually-
you've got to watch for those pop flies in the outfield.
They're coming towards
They're
us.
going to be going from left to right. So the outfield's got to pay attention to that. That's a foul tip by Sauve.
The summer students also were responsible for stuffing all 150 of the player bags that Simply for Life provided to all the players. And yes, that was a fun little project in my garage this summer. So lots and lots of elves were put to task to make this tournament happen. So very thankful that we have so many great people to help out.
Becker.
Atta girl.
Nice pitch. Low at the knees and struck her out.
Two
Two-way
outs.
here now. Top of the fourth.
Things feel very calm, Keith. Do you feel the calm? Like last game
I do.
was very stressful. Last game, there was a lot of tension. This game, everybody seems... Now, we're early on. It's still
Yeah.
early, but
Fournier at the plate.
lots of ball left to play here. We're only
Yeah.
in the fourth inning, but things are feeling very
These
calm.
girls have played a lot of ball last
They
few days.
have. It's been a busy weekend. And the
And-
heat. It's been hot.
Well, and the thing that we talk about with our athletes is not only the physical component of a game. There's a pop to right field,
It's in
and
that
that's going to
spot
fall
again.
in. Jin is going over to third, so runners at the corners.
Right.
But we talk about the mental part.
Exactly. Yeah, physically you got to be able to play these 4 days, and then mentally you got to stay in it and stay focused. And sometimes that's what gets you is the mental part of the game.
Yeah.
It's
McGinty, it's
tough.
like we saw early, like looking the runner back to third base
Yeah.
and then thrown over to first. And it's little things become big things in big games.
she's
There's a
coming.
pat. Oh, she got her. Yeah, she's out at
Got
home.
her out.
Boy, that took a quick bounce off the backstop there. And the catcher was able to get to it quickly and toss it for the third out. So McNamee will be back up at the plate to start off the next inning for the Lions. But
a
the
little bit of
score?
a late jump on that
Yeah.
steal home. She hesitated a bit, and you can't hesitate.
Well,
you need to.
there's that mental part.
And the ball
right?
leaves the pitcher's hand. You got to do your jump, and you got to decide: are you going? And
if not, then
maybe,
you go back.
but we don't know. Maybe the coach said hold up. Maybe
Yeah.
he said go. I don't know what happened there, but definitely was a
I know one
could
thing
have been
that
a little bit
happened.
quicker of a jump.
She was out at home.
She definitely was out.
And that happened, I was here on, I think it was Friday. And, of course, when the ball gets by the catcher, you're coming home, right? And it just happened that they hit the cage just at the right angle, and it put the ball back to the catcher. And all she did was turn around and came right back to her and just tossed it to the pitcher.
Yep.
And the girl was halfway to home, and she
Stunned.
goes, oh,
Yep.
what just happened there?
Yeah.
But that was like most of the time the ball stops right at the base of the
Yeah.
backstop or whatever.
Or rolls, hits it and
Yeah,
rolls
rolls in the
around.
other direction.
That's the
But
catcher's nightmare when
it
that
was
happens.
just sort of halfway up in the middle, just at the right angle, and it just came. And that time too, it came back quite a bit for the catcher, and as she made a nice toss, a controlled toss. To the
And that's a good word. You said control toss because a lot of the times it's a panic. It's
Panic toss.
Get that ball in there as quick, and it sometimes flies over the head or
Carly Becker.
Has our backstop camera taken any abuse this weekend?
Yes.
Yes?
Chris has always had to make fine adjustments as there's a piece of metal sometimes
Yes.
going through the lens, or in front of the lens, I should say.
I was watching last night, and a ball came and rattled the back cage there, and it took a little wobble.
In the dirt. Jen is the pitcher for the Lions now, and face Carly Becker, pitcher for the Twisters. Oh, just foul tip. That was dropping low. Into the fourth inning, bottom of the fourth. Called third strike, caught the outside corner.
I'm looking around the field, and there's lots of spectators. It's funny where people sit. This is. I will dissect why people sit where they do, Keith.
All right.
Okay. So we have people in the outfield sitting. We have people on the side of the field sitting.
Back shortstop, and there's a single for Graham.
Ooh.
Kelly Graham.
Good hustle there, a little bobble, and Smart didn't throw that ball, knew she didn't have time to make a play, so held on to it.
Yeah, and she got a single her last time up with an RBI.
Then we have some spectators up on the hill in two different areas. And we have some people down the sidelines, and then we have the hardcore fans behind the backstop.
Yeah, in the sun.
In the sun.
But they're at the backstop.
They're at the backstop.
The whole
they
game is in front of them.
They want to hear it. They want to see
There's
it.
a runner going, and she is going to be in there safely.
Safe.
It's almost, it has to be a perfect throw and with something on it to get that runner from first. And that's a tough.
Yep.
Percentages are not on the catcher side.
But you got to love it when it happens.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
I love it when it happens.
Outside corner again. This is Paige.
Let's go, Paige. One of yours.
Steffler.
Paige, one of yours.
Number 11. Foul tip. She's getting a piece of it. Paige is center fielder for the Twisters. And hope they've taken into account now with that wind. Doing a 180 here.
Yep. Not sure if anyone's noticed that but us, Keith.
Well,
Threw her a changeup. She got her bat on it.
And
just got
her out at first.
Good. That was great.
It looked like a bunt, but boy, a great off-speed pitch, right? And that's what you did. Had the batter way out front, but she held the bat back just enough to get it on the ball.
I thought she was going to make it. I thought she was going to beat it that out, but
here's Elsie. Elsie post. Elsie walked her last time up. In fact, she's walked her two plate appearances. So she's a great understanding of the strike zone. And Elsie, see how she likes to be way up in front of that?
She's high up in the box, and she's on the left side, so it's an adjustment.
And there's a ball in the dirt. Good block. Real good block there. Yeah, she's
smiling, so she's liking her count right now. She's happy.
And like you said, she's up in front, a little closer to first base. Gets on it, but she wants to get on that ball quickly, I guess.
Oh,
inside
got
corner.
Her on the inside.
Yeah.
Left-handed batter, you have to, when you hit it, you got to turn to get to first.
Yeah.
Unlike a right-handed batter, they just have to run straight after they hit the ball. So, that takes a split second to get your body around and get down there.
Good block again.
And some pitchers don't like left-handed batters.
No, I'm a left-handed batter.
You are?
I am.
Are you left-handed?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay. Because sometimes
I know
people are.
It's a crazy world we live in.
I know. Nice.
Slap right out the middle. What's that, a 51 or a 15?
Yeah, 15, highway 15.
That's a highway 15.
Yep, through the middle.
Elsie with a single and an RBI. Good bit of hitting there. And explain to the folks at home when you say 15.
Highway 15.
Yeah.
My daughter played for Team New Brunswick, representing the province at Canada Games in 2017, and her coach referred to that hard hit through the middle as Highway 15. So now every hit that goes through there, it's embedded in my brain.
because the pitcher on the score sheet is number 1 position, and it's going to the number 5 position, which is
no, 5 is third base.
Okay, that's not it.
That's not it.
That's not it.
I'm not sure.
I was good. Well, 15 is a shortstop.
No, 6. 6 is the shortstop.
Oh, right. Okay.
And second is 4, so it makes no sense.
It makes no sense.
There's probably no logic behind it, but
Highway 16, maybe.
we should call it something.
Highway
different.
16. Maybe he just got his numbers mixed up.
Well, it technically should be 18 because the center fielder is 8. So.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe
Okay.
I'll rename
Back
it.
to the game. Elsie is taking control of the track meet here.
Little jackrabbit.
She
just
was
made it
at
to
first,
third.
but if you went to the kitchen to get something, Elsie Post is now on third base. She has a single, driven in a run, and she's looking to score a run.
Oh, here we go.
Back to the pitcher.
Oh, no, a little error.
And the runners are safe. Jin bottled the ball, but the good thing, if you want to say a good thing in that, she didn't bother throwing it because she knew she couldn't get the runner at first, and
she didn't want to risk
Elsie
that
got back
run
to
coming
third.
in.
That's right.
And Elsie went and went back and went again and went back again. So good listening there on third base by Elsie and her third base coach.
That was Growl with the grounder.
Ooh.
Oh! Ow! Ow! Ow!
She got hit by that, but she did the right thing, Keith. She turned.
Yeah.
We teach the girls how to take a pitch. If the ball's coming, their first reaction is to want to put their hand out to stop it, and you should never do that. You should always, I call it turtle, turn your back and turtle, because the best place to get hit is your back.
That was Mary Green. Didn't have a long chat to have Mary in the batter's box as she got hit by the first one. Now she's feeling the arm.
I think it got her right on the upper shoulder there. But
is it? Okay.
Yeah, but she turned her back. She did the right thing. So better than taking it straight or putting her hand out to stop it. So it's important. You have to teach the girls to do that because your instinct is to put your hand out to make it want to stop hitting you. But we teach them to turn their back.
Well, the hard thing is, too, I mean, you see a lot of the batters, they get their weight back and they're coming into the pitch, and you get that momentum going forward, and the ball's coming in. And
all right, we have bases loaded here, Keith. Bases are loaded.
You blink your eye, and look what happened here. And now this is a big, because we've got 2 out. A quick review of the inning. We had a strikeout, a single, a ground out, a single, an error, and a hit by a pitch. So now Sauve is coming back in for the Lions as Kelly is doing her
7th inning stretch.
7th inning stretch.
Actually,
in the fourth
inning stretch. Spent a lot of time in a lawn chair this weekend, so not used to that. I'm going to stand for a bit here. I get a whole new view when I stand.
A new perspective.
A new perspective. Well, I don't have all the pillows that you two have.
Listen. We're old.
They're old. Good. I'm glad I'm the young one here.
I need the support.
Well, I know that we struggled on Friday with our.
There's a ball to right field. Slices away. Batchelor.
Wow.
With a huge hit. She's going to empty the bases.
Oh, my goodness.
She's coming to third. Stand up triple.
Beautiful.
Carla Batchelor with the hit of the game to this point. 3 runs come across the plate for the Twisters.
I have goosebumps. That was definitely a goosebump moment. That was an excellent clutch hit.
To Kuna. Eyes were closed last time.
Keith's taking pictures here.
There he goes. Inside.
Yes, I see you guys have upgraded your chairs since Friday. You were both
Chris we had these lawn chairs that are low and no support. So I brought in my
Good.
deck chairs.
Nice.
There's a pop up to third base, and let it
Gonna
go
let it go
foul.
foul.
Smart play.
Very
Smart
smart
play.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys are comfy now. You got your cushions, you got your nice chairs. We could do a few more games. Stick around.
You know what? I'm going to be disappointed when it's over.
Well,
you
I
know
said
what it reminds me of? It reminds me of a wedding. There's so much planning.
the day after the wedding.
The day after the wedding.
That's how I woke up this
Yeah.
morning.
There's a pop out, out of play, out of field, into the brush. But it's so much.
Yesterday was a very emotional day in my household because, as you know, I founded KV Girls Softball and the Dynamite program. My daughter was not part of the very first Dynamite team. She selected the uniform, the colors, very instrumental in that. And yesterday, she played her final Dynamite game.
There's Solveig, knocks it down, but a run comes across, and the runner is safe. Hit it right off Solveig's shin. That hurt.
She took it like a champ, though, shook it off. She's back up there, ready to throw.
Big inning here for the Twisters.
Elsie Post just did a shout out to her grandmother. I'm not sure if her grandmother's listening
She
or
better
if
be.
her grandmother is here
Oh,
watching.
well, let's
but
do that in.
she said, "Hey, Grandma, I hope you saw that."
Yeah, Elsie doesn't spend a lot of time. When she's on base, she doesn't spend a lot of time. She comes around there rather quickly.
So, yeah, this morning we woke up and it was a little bit of a downer day at my house. And, you know, when you put so much time and effort and part of your life into something. And
There's Neil with a shot to the short.
Good
Backstop, but can't make a play.
That was good. She saved a base there,
Yeah.
so that was a good play.
Like you said, knock it down at least. Keep it in the infield. Big inning here for the Twisters. Got a time here because for the catcher. And if you're just tuning in for the first time, the catcher, if she gets on base, they can have a substitute runner for her so she can get in the dugout and get ready for the next inning.
Let's go, Carly!
So we have 2 out here. One of these two out rallies.
Let's go, Carly!
Oh,
There's
beautiful.
a shot into the gap.
Oh, my goodness.
And here could possibly 2 more runs could be coming across the plate for the Twisters. And another triple.
They are lighting it up here now in
Becker
the 4th inning.
helping her own cause out with a stand-up triple and a 2 RBIs.
The bats are on fire here for the Arthur Twisters.
Let's go, Callie!
So, just to review, the run rule,
Yes,
15 after 3,
10.
10 after 4,
7.
7 after 5. So the score is now 10-2.
This message has been brought to you by Softball New Brunswick. Rules Committee. Now, who do we have in here now? We have number 34.
Speaking of Softball New Brunswick, we have
Carmen.
our executive director from Softball New Brunswick is here today with us, Hillary Pino. She's new to Softball New Brunswick, filled this position in the fall last year, doing a great job as her first year in that position with Softball New Brunswick, and we're happy she decided to come to KV here today. There's lots of events going on all over the province, in Fredericton, in Hoyt, but she is joining us here today. So
Nice.
welcome, Hillary, to the beautiful Kennebecasis Valley.
The batter is number 16, Callie Graham.
Lori Dubuc is the pitcher for the Lions. They've had a rough 4th inning here.
Let's go, Callie!
And we're talking about these 2 out rallies.
And there's a time.
Well,
Coach is on the field here.
this started off with a strikeout, start the inning off, then a single, and then a ground out.
Let's go, Callie!
So first 3 batters, there were 2 out.
Yes, 2-out rally.
And then the fun really started.
Let's go, Callie!
If you're a Twisters fan. not so much of your Lions fan.
Lots of ball left here, though.
Oh,
we just
yes.
need to hold
well,
them.
like you,
And,
the way we look at it is, if they can do it, so can we. Right? But I can tell you right now is Carly Becker is so far for the Twisters have pitched an excellent game. There's only 2 innings was 3 up and 3 down, and the other 2 innings was she only faced 4 batters.
wow.
So that's a pretty awesome display of pitching. But the Twisters are looking for more. They're not taking anything for granted because this Lions team, #1 out of Quebec for a reason.
Lots of cheering coming from the Twisters bench here beside us this afternoon.
Outside. 3-2 is the count. Runner on third base. High inside.
Here comes that
and
runner.
she's going to try
She's
to come
coming in.
and without a toss. Ball gets by, so another run comes across the plate.
And we're at 11. Twisters, it's their home game, correct?
Yes.
One more, and this could be a ball game.
Now up is number 11, Paige Steffler.
That winning run is perched at first base here. The Lions need to get a note here.
Foul.
Need to end this now.
Paige Steffler, next up, number 11. So what happens after this now, Banquet?
For Eastern Canadians?
No,
Oh,
for
clean
softball.
up. Clean up is what happens after
Ball's
this.
in the dirt, runner goes to second.
Softball,
Do you guys have a banquet?
We do a
For the club.
We do a volunteer event, celebration event for our KV Girls Softball Association. All of our volunteers. So
okay,
that
that's
happens.
good.
It's happening on September 8th at Vito's here in Rosse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how we end.
Out. Strike on the outside corner.
That runner's down to second base now. That very important runner at second that could possibly end this game, this championship final, early in the 4th.
In the dirt. Runner stays. Good block. There's a grounder.
Oh my
and that
goodness.
hits the.
Oh my goodness.
Whoa, she
They
made the big
almost-
turn at third, but thought better of it. Elsie post.
Now up,
Elsie.
23,
Elsie's up. Elsie's up. She hit a little hit last time, right, to get on?
Well,
I
Elsie
believe
actually
she
got it
went-
going. Elsie had a single and an RBI.
Yeah, I believe she hit right through the middle.
And she walked her first 2 plate appearances, and she could get the winning run in here. Looks for a bunt, brings it back. Runners in second and third, but the only runner that really counts now is that runner at third base.
Yep.
And Elsie,
The Lions
obviously
need to keep her there.
with 2 walks, she's got a good idea of her strike zone. That's low.
Dig deep here, Lions.
She's taking a deep breath there, relaxed. Looks down at her third base coach. Digging into the plate here. And she's ready to go. That's high. 2 away here. But as Kelly said, we're into the 4th inning. And if the Twisters can get one more run, they will be the gold medal Eastern Canadian champs. Outside.
3 balls, 1 strike. I'm stressed, Keith.
I thought you were relaxing.
I know. I'm
How
like,
can
all of a
you-
sudden, I'm emotionally invested in this game. Oh, goodness. Oh.
It's out. It's,
And
it's
it's
left
in
out.
the
Could fall
hole.
in. Oh, it's over!
Missed it.
It's over! Post
That's it.
gets a hit. 2 runs come in,
And they
and it's
have won
done.
the ball game.
LC Post with the hit to left field. The left fielder came running in there, and a hit off the heel of the glove. 2 runs come across the plate, and the 2019 Eastern Canadian U14 Girls Fast Pitch Champions are the Arthur Twisters from Ontario.
What a great game.
And I can tell you, great week. I mean, the Lions, they had some exciting games this week. 8-7, bottom of the inning when they beat Mississauga. Just exciting games. I think the same thing happened when they played.
Yeah, there's been some
They
really,
had
really
awesome
great tight games.
And like I said, Chloe Silva has been outstanding all this week pitching.
These
for
girls
the
can't
Lions.
be disappointed in their performance here at
No.
this Eastern Canadian Championship. Everyone has really played their hearts out, and they should be proud of this silver medal.
And we talked about earlier about the physical and the mental aspect of the game and the emotional aspect.
Definitely.
And the emotions sometimes can drain you.
Yeah,
and one
these are
thing with the
little
Lions,
girls.
they played at noon against a very tough New Brunswick team. They won 10-9. New Brunswick had the tying run on third base with 1 out.
Yeah.
And that's emotional, and that drains you physically in games like that. And they had to try to turn it around here, and it was close there for a while up to the, like I said, really the 4th inning here.
Yeah.
We had the first 3 batters, 2 of them were out, and then the floodgates opened.
So
And they just couldn't stop.
Standing at the pitcher's mound now to do the final medal presentations, we have Karen Parker, who is the tournament coordinator, holding the gold medals. We have Emma Lynch, past Team New Brunswick player and a U19 Dynamite girl, also a summer student for KV Girls Softball this summer. And holding the silver medals in the middle is Hillary Pino, who I just mentioned is our new executive director for Softball New Brunswick. And then having a little chat beside Hillary, she's chatting with the coach, is Bev Adams, who is our tournament director for this event. Bev is the past president of Softball New Brunswick. She's been retired from Softball New Brunswick now for a couple of years, and we called her in to run this event for us here this weekend. And she's having a great time enjoying being on the field once again. So we're going to do some medals here in a minute. Thank you, Keith, for having me. I appreciate sitting beside you these couple of games.
We had a blast. I think we're going to have to send it in to TSN there, and maybe they'll.
I know.
But it's just, it goes so fast. And there was I was watching a sport event, college sport event, and they were talking about playing sports and whatnot. They said the days are long, but the years go really quick. And I go, there's a lot of truth in that.
You're right.
And
Sorry, we're just getting organized here.
And
So the player of the
enjoy
game
every
for
moment.
Ontario, Clara Batchelor.
Clara Batchelor, yeah, well deserved pitcher on record, and also a triple.
Yep, that's what started the rally right there. That big bomb she hit to the outfield, driving in 3 runs.
Madeleine Levine.
Levine, player of the game for the Lions, and they have nothing to hang their heads about here, winning a silver medal at the Eastern
So I want to
Canadians.
say thank you for all the fans for getting your girls here in the first place. The people that came out and watched the games, both coaches, both teams, girls, that was an excellent game. Replay of this morning. Very good game by you guys. You provided a lot of entertainment for the crowds for the whole weekend, and we thank you very much for coming. So we're going to start with the silver medal presentation to Lac St. Louis Lions. And Coach, did you want to come up and...
Silver medalist. St. Louis Lions. But boy, what a great week, great weather, Kelly, for
Oh,
this event. I mean,
listen.
and I know when you guys are sitting down in February or October, whenever you sort of
Yeah.
decided to do this, um, you just hope and
Yeah,
pray
it's
for
the X
great
factor,
weather.
right? It's the one thing that we have no control over, and it could totally mess things up. And you kind of have to, you know, pray a lot and have many backup plans. And we did. We had fields on backup. We had people on backup, and it definitely makes it a lot easier to run a tournament when you don't have to worry about the weather. So, you know, we had a little hiccup on day one. We got some rain the night before, but we were out here at 6 a.m. and we had those fields ready to go for noon. So it was great. And lots of support from both the town of Quispamsis and the town of Rosse that where we were able to keep these fields looking great all weekend.
I almost feel sorry for the organizers for next year, whoever's hosting it, because this venue and
Yes.
Wells in Rosse, a great field there,
Yes.
and Rosse, New Brunswick it's about a 10-minute drive from this venue. As we're on the outskirts of the town of Quispamsis at Meansco, but this field itself and the view that you have here, like where the river and the beach volleyball courts adjacent to it, and all the nice little touches
Yeah.
that you're
We're a hard
committed
act to follow, Keith.
That's what I'm saying.
KVGSA throws a great tournament, and we are a hard act to follow. We've been praised by Softball New Brunswick for our events, and others as well have said we pull out all the stops, and that's the way it should be.
Yeah.
This is a big deal, and we want these girls to remember this and realize how important and special it was, and so we do our best to make it special for them.
There's the coaches getting their well-deserved medals for the Lions. Brought an excellent team here this week. A lot of exciting games, a lot of exciting memories.
Coach of the Arthur Twisters, if you'd like to come up and present the gold medals for the U14 Eastern Canadian Championship.
And now
Our
the
gold
Arthur
medal winners.
Twisters.
First off, thank you, Lac St. Louis. That was a good game, and you guys are great competitors. We were going to play you again, and good job this week. I want to thank the hosts. Anybody who's ran a tournament before, there's a lot of challenges, behind the scenes work that goes into it. I'm sure they've been working on it for a long, long time. So if we could get everybody just to say thank you, round of applause.
Oh, that was nice.
Good job, ladies.
Yeah, there has been lots of thank yous this last 4 days from people, so that's nice. It's nice that people appreciate what we've done here and what we've provided for their team. So, but it feels good.
It still feels good to hear it, right?
It does. It feels good to hear
Because
it.
you say, I think we're doing okay.
Yeah, I think it's good.
I think it seems to.
I think we did a good job.
But it was really nice Friday night. Where I was doing the Lions game, and I think they were playing the host, the KV Dynamite.
Oh, yes.
And so one of the parents came over, and he said, "Hey, Keith, can I do a little shout out to all the folks back home watching?" I go, "Yeah, you certainly can." So I put the
Awesome.
headset on him. I said, "Hey, while you're at it, why don't you just do the play-by-play of it?" Because the Lions were up at bat. So he went away, spoke in French. It was awesome.
Oh, that's
Gave me a chance to have a
great.
drink, a few chips, and he looked at me and go, "No, keep going. You're doing good."
Oh,
So
that's
he
great.
had fun.
Good.
Yeah. And listen, all these teams here this week, but especially these ones who played a lot of games, they're going to be. I think they're thankful they don't have to go back to start school tomorrow.
I know,
right?
exactly.
The teachers have to make an appearance. But at least there's no students until after the long weekend.
I'm not sure if these teams are staying here for another night tonight or if they are getting on the road. And there's little Chelsea from KV Girls Softball.
Yeah.
She was their back girl assigned to this team, and got a sweet little video from her dad of her doing batting practice.
And she's got a gold medal.
She's got a gold medal at the U14 Eastern Canadians. I'm so glad we could give these little girls that experience.
That's great. But I love the little bats. Like, I mean, that
Super
is
cute,
that's
right?
yeah. That's a collector's item.
Exactly. Something that they'll keep forever and it'll sit on their shelf. And thanks to Dorian Sports for donating those bats for our game MVPs. They definitely were a fan favorite here.
And there's the coaches, the Twisters. A very successful season for Orangeville, Ontario, Guelph region.
One thing we do is we do pick a tournament MVP, usually from the 2 championship teams. We go back and check their record throughout the week. So this player has done it on the field. She's pitched, she hit, and she's our selection for the tournament MVP from Ontario, Elsie Post.
Yay! Elsie! Congratulations, Elsie Post.
Do I know how to pick them, or do I know?
I know, right?
Elsie!
I hope Elsie's grandma is listening
Yeah.
or is here.
No, I think she's home. She saw all the games that Elsie has played when they're playing, I think probably back home.
And so we just have, for the
There you are,
weekend,
Elsie Post. The name lives on.
Tournament MVP
Yeah.
for the U14 Eastern Canadian
So thank you
Championships.
very much, everybody, for coming. So on behalf of Karen Parker, who put this whole tournament together since the winter time, and everybody else that's involved with the KV Girls Softball Association and Softball New Brunswick and the Eastern Canadian Committee, we thank you very much for coming to KV for the tournament, and safe travels home. Thanks.
Couldn't have said it any better myself.
No, excellent.
Well, we're so happy that you folks could tune into our broadcast this week. We hope you enjoyed it. We enjoyed it giving to you. This is Kelly Lynch. Kelly, thank you for coming in
Thank you, Keith.
for the booth. And this is Keith Rains, and we're going to be signing off. So safe travels to all the teams at home, and maybe see you next year.
Maybe.
All the best.
Thank you.
Bye-bye from the Kennebecases Valley.